Okay, let me try this again using benchmark fractions. So here's going to be a quick video going over using benchmark fractions. So I'm going to turn to screen 2. Now let's just give it a try. Let's pick up a pen. All right, so here we go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to we're going to look at we're going to do 1/3 plus 7/8. All right. So to do 1/3 plus 7/8, I'm going to pull up from my library. I'm going to pull up a picture of our benchmark fractions. Okay. So I'm going to pull it up right here on the side. There we go. Just going to erase the equal sign there. All right. So what we're going to do is 1/3 plus 7/8. When you're looking at your benchmark tool right here, your benchmark chart, you'll notice on the left-hand column, all of those fractions are closest to 0. Okay, we have 0 on the left-hand side, right over here. Okay, we have all fractions that are equal to or closest to 1/2 in the middle. And then you will see we have on the right-hand side everything that's equal to closest to one whole. All right. So let's look at 1/3 plus 7/8. What you want to do is you want to locate where on our fraction chart is 1/3. Okay. So 1/3 is going to be right here. All right. There's 1/3. So what you may want to do, maybe you want to color in 1/3. You can. You don't have to. And so there's 1/3. And say 1/3 is closest to 0, 1/2, or 1 whole. And you'll see here is 0, here's 1/2, and there is 1 whole. Well, looks like it is closest to 1/2, right in the middle. Now, I know it says 1/3 right down the middle, but that's just the way the numbers, the fraction tiles are numbered. So you will have where I finished coloring, that is the 1/3 fraction. That is the 1/3 fraction tile. So that 1/3 is closest to the 1/2. So I'm going to write here that 1/3 is closest to 1/2. All right. Now 7/8. I now need to look for 7/8 on our fraction strips here. I see the eighths over here. Now, if you have to, count each one of the eighths. If you count them off, you will see here's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8. That's equal to 1/2. 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. So you could color it in if you want. I'll do here 1, 2, 3, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. Okay. And now you ask yourself 7/8. Is that closest to 0, 1/2, or 1 whole? And you should be able to see, right now you're seeing me finish good highlighting it, coloring it in, that it's closest to 1 whole. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to write that 7/8 is closest to 1 whole. Now you're ready to add up your estimates. 1/2 plus 1. So if I have a half and a whole, you should have, well, not you should, you do have 1.5. So 1/3 plus 7/8, when you're estimating, is going to give you about 1.5. Okay. Now I'm just going to clear this screen. All right, I don't know shorter way to clear it. So I'm just going to wipe everything off. And now we're going to look at 4/5 minus 3/8. So 4/5 minus 3/8. So you're going to do the same steps. We're going to locate 4/5 on our fraction, on our benchmark fraction strip. So 4/5, I'm going to the fifths. Here's the fifths. You can see me highlighting it. I know my picture doesn't block it, so that's okay. Now 4/5. If you have to, you may not need to, but if you do, color in 1, 2, 3, 4/5. All right. So now, when you're looking at 4/5, if you look really closely, you're going to say it's in between 1/2. Yep, it's in between 1/2, uh, 1/2, and a whole. All right. And what is it closer to? All right. Now you'll see this one isn't as obvious as the other one, but if you're looking closely, you will see that it is closer to the 1/2. Okay. So 4/5, we would be estimating it to, I'm just going to draw an arrow down, to 1. Okay. To 1/2. Minus, now 3/8. So same thing. Let's go find the eighths on our fraction strip. And now 3/8. I'm going to color in 3/8. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now here you could take a look and say, well, 3/8 I've colored in. There's only 1/8 away from 1/2. Because here's my half, which is right down the middle. Or 0. But this one's a little more clear cut. It's closest to 1/2. We know a whole is all the way on the right-hand side. 3/8 cannot be estimated to 1/2. That benchmark is the furthest away. Okay, so it's closest to 1/2. So now I'm going to put underneath 3/8, 1/2. Right. Now we're ready to subtract. If we have one whole and we're subtracting a half, what are we left with? Well, a whole minus a half is going to give you 1/2. So 4/5 minus 3/8, when you're estimating, is going to give you about 1/2. All right. I'm going to give you one more example. Now, for some of you today, you've only worked with fractions that are less than a whole. So if you haven't done anything greater than a whole, you could pause the video. You could pause the video and you can come back later if you're looking to challenge yourself, or if we get up to that either today or tomorrow. Otherwise, you can keep watching the video, and we're going to do this example right now. So I'm going to erase everything we just did. All right, and this is the last problem. I'm now going to write down 2 5/6 plus 1 3/4. So 2 5/6 and 1 3/4. Well, if you notice here, our fraction strip is only goes up to 1/2. Okay, but that's all right, because we know for 2 5/6 we have 2 wholes and 5/6. So we're just going to look at that 5/6 and say, let's estimate that 5/6. Okay, and then whatever we get as the estimate, we're just going to add it to the 2 wholes. Okay, because I don't have to shade in 2 wholes already, because I know that's our whole. So 2 5/6. All right, so I'm going to put down my 2 wholes here. Now let's look for 5/6 on our fraction strips. So we go to my sixths, all right, which are right there. 5/6, I'm going to color in. That's 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6. All right. Now I'll wait till the video catches up. It's on a little bit of a delay. All right, so there you are, 5/6. Is that closer to a half, or is it closer to a whole? All right. If you said it was closer to a whole, you would be correct. All right, so now 2 and 5/6 was one whole. So I'm going to put 2 plus 1 there because we had two wholes. 5/6 is closest to a whole. So if we have two wholes and then we have about another whole, 2 plus 1 is going to give us 3. So 2 and 5/6 is closest to 3 wholes. All right. And we're going to add that to, I'm going to put this all in like a giant parenthesis because you know that's all together. 1 and 3/4. All right. Now 1 and 3/4, we have the same thing. We have a whole and we have a fraction. So I'm going to write down here 1 because I'm going to bring down the 1 whole. And now let's see 3/4. All right. I'm going to go to my fourths. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Okay. Now let me see if this, oh, this will let me move my face. Okay. Now, so 3/4. Is that closer to a half, or is that closer to a whole? All right. When you're looking at that, you may say to yourself, wow, that really looks like it's right smack in the middle, that it's, right smack in the middle of a half and a whole. If you said that or if you saw that, you are right. 3/4 it actually is exactly the same distance away from a half as it is from a whole. So when that happens, we always like to go up to the next benchmark, okay? The greater benchmark. So here we would go up to the whole, okay? But if you did estimate it to a half, it wouldn't be wrong. Okay, but we will go up. No, oh, sorry, you're coming up from lunch in about 2 minutes, but that's all I need. So either estimate would be correct, but when you have a benchmark, when you have a fraction that falls right smack in the middle, we like going up to the next one. So that one whole here is going to turn 3/4 would be estimated to, sorry, did the wrong color, to one whole. And we would add them together because we were already 1 and 3/4. So it's 1 and another 1. So we would estimate that to 2 wholes. Now, so that means 2 and 5/6 was estimated to 3. 1 and 3/4 was estimated to 2. And 3 plus 2 gave you 5. And that would be the answer right there, would be 5. Okay, so I hope this video helped you on using benchmarks. I'm just going to move our screen back here to using benchmark fractions. All right, so I hope that helped. If you're watching this, don't forget, like the video, subscribe, and hopefully these show me's, these Jamboard videos, math tutorials are helping you. All right, so have a great day.